Hello friends, Manakam and welcome to my channel. So in this video we will be discussing about God and soul. So in my earlier video we did discuss about these two topics, but it is just an introduction. So in this video we will be discussing much more in detail. So in my previous video we discussed about the attributes of God: omnipotence, omniscience and omnipresence. But again, all these terms might look mythical. It does not give a logical explanation. So let us see God from a perspective where we can understand Him logically. So it is said that God's power is filled everywhere, right? But how? And what form it is filled in? We all might be aware of the universal sound that is called pranavam. And this sound is nothing but Om. So this sound is called pranava nadam. Pranavam means we all know, but what is nadam? Nadam means sound. So normally when there is thunder, there is also lightning. So along with this sound Om exists a light that is filled everywhere. So this sound and light exist together in form of an atom, and this atom is called Pranava Nada Jyoti Anu. Because the light alone is called Pranava Jyoti, the sound alone is called Pranava Nadam, and the light and sound together it's called Pranava Nada Jyoti Anu. Anu means atom. So Pranava Nada Jyoti atom. And this atom, right, it is filled everywhere, and this is said to contain the true divine power of the God, through which He performs various functions. When generally speaking about God, we all know that He does three functions, right? Creation, protection and destruction. But actually He does other two functions as well: concealment and to provide grace. So basically God does perform five functions, that is a creation, protection, destruction, concealment and grace, which is in Tamil it's called Akal, Kathal, Arital, Maraital and Arulal. So before we could proceed any further, I would like to discuss a few words about Lord Vishnu, because in Tamil Vishnu means filled everywhere. So we just spoke about the Pranavanada Jyoti, right? Because this Pranavanada Jyoti Anu, this Pranavanada Jyoti atom, it exists everywhere. And it is said to have the divine power of God, right? And this divine power is said to be Vishnu, because he is said to be filled everywhere in form of Vayu, and this Vayu is made up of these divine atoms. Since Vishnu represents the Vayu, that is why he has been given the color blue, because normally the blue color represents air. So now we will be discussing about this pranavam and the human body, because we all know that everything is created from this sound Om, right? This is the reason the fetus of human and several other animals and other life forms are in the shape of pranavam, Om. And based on these observations, the letter Om was actually created. So this pranavam Om contains three sounds: A, U and Im. And these three represent something in our human body. Out of all the creations in the universe, this human body is the only thing that is capable of completely expressing and experiencing the power of divine God. So only by using this human body, God can be experienced. So this Om is made up of three sounds. We already discussed, right? A, U and Im. And I'm going to use the Tamil letters to explain that to you. So these three letters that you see here, the A, U and Im, they also represent a number. Okay, these words are used to represent a number, and these number means something in our human body. So A represents the number 8, the U represents the number 2, and Im represents the number 6. Now let us see what does these numbers represent in our human body. As I told you, A is represented by the number 8, right? So there is the saying in Tamil, En chan udalukku sirase pradhanam. En means number 8. Jan means it is actually a measuring unit. So when you extend your little finger and your thumb finger, the distance between the tip of your little finger to the tip of your thumb finger is said to be 1 Jan. So this body is actually 8 Jan. But the condition is you need to use your own hand to measure your own body. You cannot borrow someone else's hand, alright? So this body is measured as 8 Jans, right? Similarly, the letter A, it also represents something else. It means the space. So the letter A represents the space. And in our human body, this space, it spreads from our head to toe. So the measurement of 8 Jan that is given to the human body is also given to the measurement of space that is there in our body. So the number 8 in our human body means the space that is filled from our head to toe, and that is represented by the sound A. So now let us move to the second sound, that is U. U is represented by the number 2. So what does number 2 represent in our human body? There are two nostrils through which you get two different Shaktis, and these two different Shaktis act as the life energy for this body. And this is what is represented by the sound U. Now let us go to the sound Im. Im means 6, right? So there is nothing in this external body that could represent the number 6, but the one and only God, the all-powerful divine power that is inside of our head, right? It has split itself into 6 and is placed as the 6 adharas. So when the Kundalini rises through the 6 adharas, you get different experiences and obtain certain capabilities, and these capabilities are called siddhis. So this is how the Pranavam Om is represented in our human body, but it is not over yet. We said the R represents 8, U represents 2 and Im represents 6, right? When you multiply all these three numbers, you get the number 96, and this 96 is said to be again the measure of our human body, which means 96 viral kadai, which means 96 viral kadai. One viral kadai means one breadth of a finger. So what I did is I tried to find out how many fingers could be accommodated in one jaan, and I found that 12 fingers could be accommodated in one jaan. So our body is basically 8 jaans, right? So 8 into 12, it's basically 96. Again, it says about the measurement of our human body. So this atom that we discussed earlier, that is the Pranava Nada Jyoti Anu, right? This is basically a space atom. And this atom is also called the soul atom. It exists in space and is also the reason for every creation that is around us. So what happens is, something starts emitting from this atom, and this is called the Kriya Shakti. When Kriya Shakti starts to emit from this atom, it comes to earth for life experience and begins the process of life and death. So we will talk about this in detail in my upcoming videos. So this soul atom, it actually contains the complete power of God. Not just the power of God, any power that exists there in the universe, it exists in this soul atom as well. So what happens is, when you get more and more life experience, okay, when you are born and reborn and you get more and more experience, we slowly start to realize more about the soul atom. So the realization comes from the life experience only. This soul atom is actually the real form of human being. So we are not this body, not the life force, but we are in form of an atom. That is our soul. But if you need to experience the soul, this human body is of utmost importance. So now the question is, where does this soul atom reside in our body? It actually resides in the middle of our head. So draw a line from the crown of your head towards the center and draw another line from the middle of your eyebrows towards the center. The point where the two lines meets is actually where the soul resides. And this place is called Sir Chabai and also Soul Station. Soul Station, where the human soul resides. And this is a place where you get to experience the God, and this is where when you get a certain experience, we say that we have opened our third eye. And this is the place where you can learn all the secrets about God, universe, and every secret that is there to know. So there is said to be 2 stages to experience the divine. So first one is called Uyir Anubhavam, that is the experience of life, and the second stage is called Arul Anubhavam, that is the experience of divine or the experience of God. So there is this song of Valalar which says Uyir Anubhavam Muttidil Adanidatte Ongum Arul Anubhavam, which says when the experience of life is complete, comes the divine revelation. In our body, there are 10 different Vayus, and that does 10 different bodily functions, but also they provide different life experience for us. So these 10 Vayus, their properties, their functions, and the divine nature, everything is explained to humanity as the Vishnu's 10 avatars called Dasavatar. So with this, I will conclude the today's topic, and we will continue the conversation in our next video. So thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye.